Monday, April 11, the Sermon versus the Law. Some Christians view the Sermon on the Mount as a new law of Christ, one that replaced the law of God. They say that a system of legalism was now replaced with a system of grace, or that Jesus' law differs from the law of God itself. These views are misconceptions about the Sermon on the Mount. Question: what do the following texts say about the law, and indirectly about the idea that somehow the law, that is, the Ten Commandments, was replaced by the Sermon on the Mount? Craig S. Keener writes in The Gospel of Matthew, a socio-rhetorical commentary, on pages 161 and 162, most Jewish people understood the commandments in the context of grace. Given Jesus' demands for greater grace in practice, he undoubtedly intended the kingdom demands in light of grace. In the Gospel narratives, Jesus embraces those who humble themselves, acknowledging God's right to rule, even if in practice they fall short of the goal of moral perfection. But the kingdom of grace Jesus proclaimed was not the workless grace of much of Western Christendom. In the Gospels, the kingdom message transforms those who meekly embrace it, just as it crushes the arrogant, the religiously and socially satisfied. End of quote. Question: read Genesis chapter 15 and verse 6. How does this help us to understand that salvation has always been by faith? Genesis 15 and verse 6. The faith of Jesus Christ was not a new faith. It was the same faith from the fall onward. The Sermon on the Mount wasn't salvation by grace replacing salvation by works. It was always salvation by grace. The children of Israel were saved by grace at the Red Sea before they were asked to obey at Sinai in Exodus 20 verse 2. So to finish today, what should your own experience with the Lord and his law teach you about why salvation has always had to be by faith and not by law?